it's up to him, it's up to the agent, and it's up to Joe Douglas to come together on a number that all sides feel is adequate. And if they don't, then they're either going to tag him again or they're going to try to unload him to get something for him. Plain and simple. Okay? I don't like it any more than anybody else, but if Joe Douglas is doing this, Joe Douglas is doing this for a reason. I mean, he already admitted his mistake with Robbie Anderson. It could be maybe the years are a sticking point, that Marcus Maye wants 4 years and maybe Joe only wants to go 2. So it could be the numbers compared to, annual average per year. Who knows? We're being fed a bunch of different information that A, doesn't make sense, B, could be completely made up and false, and C, the only person who could really tell us the truth is not going to tell us is not going to tell us anything, and that's Joe Douglas.
And that's why it's all speculation.
Marcus Maye is not going to go to the press and start spilling his guts about what the Jets offered him and this, that, and the third. So we really don't even know what the offer is.
I think he understands that the possibility is that he still can get paid.
But CJ, if I may quick, because a big thing that you and Kev both pointed out, and I think you said it was Mr. Clisby in the comments as well. People, the biggest thing right now, everyone's saying is, Joe Douglas doesn't want to pay his guys. That's what this is saying. And you guys pointed out that being a fear. And I guess I come at it from the other perspective. It doesn't make sense to me, because if you're willing to pay somebody else, why wouldn't you pay your guys if they're good? I understand when a GM comes in, every GM looks at something different. That's why Itzik and McCagnon, they couldn't draft to save their lives. Every GM views a team differently. So this player may not work. I get that. But if the guy works, you pay him. That's why everyone kept saying, oh, Sam's not getting paid, or they're not keeping Sam because he's not Joe's guy. Well, there's a lot of reasons to not keep Sam. He sucked. He was bad. He did this. He did that. But it wasn't because he wasn't Joe's guy. That didn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like he will pay his guys. Like we mentioned with Mackay, like we mentioned with AVT. It depends how good they get. And if he's paid guys like Lawson and Corey Davis, he's proven he's going to pay somebody. So he's going to pay your guys if he sees value in it. Doesn't matter whether it's your team or not your team. So I just think this whole rhetoric, if he's not willing to pay his guys, I don't agree with that. I don't think that's necessarily the case. And eventually we're going to see that when he pays somebody.
I actually think that what this bodes for is us maybe looking at some of these contract situations with Becton and with Quentin Williams, all of them, as maybe possibly testy situations, possibly contested, sword fighting about who's going to be getting what and who's going to pick what part off and who's going to add what, whatever. So Joe Douglas has again proven that he has a formula, he has a plan, he knows what it is that he's doing, and he's not going to deviate from it unless he really feels the value is there. And depending upon what he assesses Quentin value to be, he assesses Mekhi Becton's value to be, he assesses even if we're gonna retain CJ Mosley, if that's something that we're really gonna think about, what are we gonna do with Denzel Mims or some of these other guys that have a couple of years remaining before they actually have to be paid. Also, Joe Douglas is going to. He's going to be tight with the purse. But I think that when he does end up paying, I think he'll pay what everyone would feel is fair, except maybe the player who wants $20 million a year. Every player does.
Right. So that's why I think that it's still, in regards to this situation, I think it's still a wait and see approach. I mean, we've seen this before. I mean, Muhammad Wilkerson, everybody was worried he wasn't going to get paid.
Dude, that guy straight up robbed the Jets.
Right. Well,
he robbed us. Well, let's call it spade a spade. He robbed us.
I'll say it again. We should have paid Snacks.
So,
bro, that dude robbed us. I don't care what anyone else says.
The only reason I'm bringing this up is because there was fan outrage about Mo not getting paid, and then at the 11th hour, they got a deal done, and he got paid, and everybody was happy. And the only reason that I'm bringing it up is because this could be the same potential. Now, mind you, the deadline.
But it wasn't Joe Douglas.
Right. The deadline has already come and gone for Marcus Maye and negotiations. So who's to say they could potentially negotiate during the course of the year? We don't know. Right now, it doesn't look good. The only thing that I'm saying is keep an open mind, and I put out there an interesting theory, which a little bit, it kind of lines up with what's happening right now. So that's the only reason why I'm putting that theory out there, that maybe Joe Douglas just wants to put his stamp on this team. He wants his guys and anybody else from any other regime out.